Our judgments on ourselves. Chapter 6. We can only recognize who we are from the reflection of ourselves in others, our experiences and memories. These form the stories we are continually telling ourselves. This is where we create the limitations and boundaries that curtail our lives or give expression to them. That point of view, that perspective of who we are in the world around us, can help us to identify that. I am different to you. I am on a journey that is unique to me and offers me insights into the world that can bring tremendous power and joy to my life. Perspective in this case is down to the rules we set for making judgments. In order to grow our ability to make good judgments, we need to become aware of where we place our attention and what we focus on. We find it difficult, if not impossible, to apprehend who we are without feedback from our relationships, so the company we keep is critical. If we continually perceive that we are being put down, criticized, corrected, or told we are wrong, we grow poor self-image and self-worth. We are unsure of our ability to think correct thoughts and to navigate our lives. This can lead to depression and feelings that we are not worthy of being. Those thoughts can grow into feeling that there is no place for me in this world, and that can be fatal. What standards do we think we need to live up to? Who set them? What we pay attention to decides the path our lives will take. We judge ourselves against some set of values that society holds up as being the measure of the perfect person. We compare ourselves to others in how we look, how successful we are, how competent we are, how courageous we are, how intelligent we are, and how much money we have. Those judgments generally fall into these main areas. 1. Who I am. 2. Where I am. 3. What I am. 4. That I am. Let's explore them. Who I am. Memory is a vital part of our being. It plays a significant role in shaping our personality and overall development. Our personality is a complex interplay of genetic, environmental, and experiential factors, and memory is a key component of the experiential aspect. The memorable events from our youth shape our lives. Our memories are the glue that hold our lives together. Our long-term memories, the ones that have a strong emotional impact, don't just stick with us. They are us. We are a byproduct of our experiences. Our lives are being empowered, for good or bad, by our perspective on the memories from our past and the memories we are creating every day. Memories shape our personality. They help us to not make the same mistakes again and again. Imagine all the things you wouldn't be able to do if you didn't have a memory. You would have to relearn how to walk and pick up things. You wouldn't know the names of anyone or anything, or how to dress yourself, brush your teeth, drive, write, and a million other things. Our memories are the bedrock of our lives. The phenomenon of remembering the feelings associated with an event more vividly than the event itself is often attributed to the way human memory functions. This phenomenon is known as emotional memory or affective memory. Emotions can enhance the encoding and retrieval of memories. When an event elicits strong emotions such as fear, joy, or sadness, the emotional salience of the event can make it more likely to be remembered. Our brains prioritize storing information that is emotionally charged. You also remember the things that were said and done to you throughout your life, both good and bad. Actually, you are more likely to remember the bad things because they make a bigger emotional impression on you, and because of that, those memories are stronger and longer lasting. Every time you were embarrassed, shamed, looked foolish, or said something stupid that you were laughed at, every put-down, humiliation, negative comment on your appearance, your level of comprehension, or your ability to do something stays with you in the form of an emotional impression in your subconscious and becomes a voice in your head. Memory is not like a video recorder that captures events precisely. Instead, it is reconstructive in nature. When we recall a memory, we often piece together fragments of information, and emotions play a significant role in this reconstruction. The emotional tone of a memory can be more durable and prominent than specific details. You may not always remember the event exactly, but you will remember how you felt at the time. Think of it like a dent made in a piece of metal if you hit it with a hammer. The depth of the impact is directly related to the power of the emotional impact on you. After a period of time, our memory of that event grows dim or fades away. However, the power of the emotional impact stays with us, and that is what we remember. How we perceive the world, and in what context and perspective we perceive it, affects our memories, which directly affects how we live. It's important to note that memory is not a static process. Memories can be selective, influenced by cognitive biases, and subject to reinterpretation over time. Additionally, not all memories are equally influential in shaping our personality. Some memories may have a more significant impact than others. Overall, memory is an essential component of our personal history and plays a dynamic role in the ongoing development of our personality. We are the sum total of our memories. Where I am. Culture, traditions, and religion. The culture and traditions we grow up in are already built before we are born into them. There are many social rules and etiquettes that are such a part of our living that we take them for granted. Culture. We didn't choose where we were born or what language we speak, however, somehow we believe we are part of a tribe where we must salute the flag, be ready to defend and even die to protect the borders, to judge our tribe as being superior to other tribes, to sing the tribe's songs and cry when we are far from home, to identify with the traditions and culture of that tribe and not to stray too far from them, to teach our children to be proud of their heritage. Again, I'm not saying that any of that is wrong, however. It must be kept in context and correct perspective and not used to belittle or injure ourselves or others. Do our judgments simply come down to what we believe about our cultural, religious, and traditional upbringing? Like any flower or plant, the environment you live in will ultimately decide how you grow. Traditions. Our family and cultural traditions and quirks are embedded deep into our psyche. If we should ever question any part of it, we are told you cannot change it because that's the way it has always been. Few seem to know why or how those traditions got started, but nobody wants to break them. Our traditions ground us in our tribe. We are told that if we follow those rules, we will turn out okay and be respected in our community. I don't have a problem with any of that, as long as it allows for the individual to be just that, an individual. However, if we want to be recognized as an individual, then we must also allow others to do likewise. How can we get over our belief that the way we live is the only correct way and everyone else is wrong? Religion. Religion, and our understanding of its guidelines, conventions, regulations, and practices, shape what we believe about ourselves and the world we experience around us. What we believe directs our actions, our judgments, and how we relate to the people and circumstances that we encounter. I'm not saying that religion is negative. It isn't always. However, if we use our beliefs as a measure to judge or condemn others, it can be divisive. Most of us can't even live up to the decrees of our own religious beliefs, but we can so readily point out the faults in the beliefs of others. If we teach, love your neighbor, but condemn those who look different or have different beliefs to us, then what exactly is our understanding of love or neighbor? What I am? Relationships. Because our knowledge of ourselves is mostly perceived via the feedback we receive from our relationships with others, we rate our looks, intelligence, lovability, stature, capability, acceptance, and ultimately our place in the world according to that feedback. The pursuit of new relationships, whether romantic, social, or professional, is a complex and multifaceted aspect of human behavior. However, when we examine the root of that pursuit, we find that what we are actually looking for is a new expression of ourselves that is acceptable to another human. We are looking for an opportunity to be real, to be true to the feelings we have inside us, feelings that we don't normally feel safe to expose to others. We are excited when we find someone with whom we can express those feelings, and it's okay, sometimes even celebrated. So, what part of us are we looking to express, and why do we feel we cannot express it in our present relationships? Is it a memory of a time when we felt our expression of ourselves was rejected or misunderstood by the people in the culture, tradition, or religion that we were reared in? Society often places value on fitting in and conforming to certain norms and expectations. People may feel pressure to conform to these standards to gain acceptance from their peers, even if it means suppressing aspects of their true selves. Some individuals may not have a strong sense of self or self-awareness, making it challenging for them to fully express their true selves in relationships. They may not even be aware of their authentic desires and values. While seeking acceptance in relationships is a natural and common human desire, it is essential to strike a balance between being accepted by others and staying true to oneself. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, trust, and understanding, and not only our own wants and needs. Being acknowledged and accepted in our relationships is important to us. When that expression is curtailed, the relationship slips away. When we say we love someone, what we're actually saying is we love who we are or are allowed to be when we're in their company. Do we love who they are? Do we even really know who they are? What is it about them that attracts us to them? Is it because we feel that they add value to our lives or they encourage us to be the best version of ourselves? Love also expresses itself as a desire for the well-being and happiness of the person we are attracted to, and gratitude for the opportunity to be ourselves when we are with them. It means valuing their opinions and autonomy, and also embracing their imperfections and quirks. However, remember that what you're running away from and what you are searching for are both inside you. How can you express love for another if you have not yet discovered a love for yourself? This is unconditional positive regard, first for yourself and then for another. We will take a closer look at that in a later chapter. That I am. Knowledge and understanding. The two crucial factors of knowledge and understanding are only effective in areas that we pay attention to. You only know you are alive because of your attention. When you are asleep, you have no attention, so you don't know if you are dead or alive. Isn't that true? When you wake up, you download your memories to your awareness, and you remember who you are. You then decide where to focus your attention. That might be the bathroom, your phone, or a cup of coffee. Your attention then moves to what you need to do next, like get dressed and go to work. As you meet each demand during the day, you put your attention and awareness onto that, and you forget the other parts of your life. So, let us look at awareness as though it were a light. If you are in a dark room and you have a torch, where you shine that light is where you will pay attention or place your awareness. Other parts of that room will be in the shadows of your mind. If something moves in the darkness, your attention is drawn to it, and you move your light to see what it is. Your life is the same. There may be things in that dark room that can help you and make your life better, but you can't see them. If you cannot see something, then it doesn't exist for you. If the light is your awareness, then we must start by expanding that light. How can we do that? By growing our awareness, by becoming more conscious of what is going on inside us as well as outside us. The more we grow in our knowledge and understanding, the more we discover that the light we seek is in us. When you look at something, where do you see it? You only see it on the inside of you. We see through our eyes, not with them. The images that come in through our eyes are interpreted in our brain, and we need knowledge and understanding to interpret them correctly. Where have you seen the world around you? Only on the inside of you. You cannot experience anything outside of yourself. Light and darkness happen on the inside of you. Joy and misery happen on the inside of you. Agony and ecstasy happen on the inside of you. You can never experience anything other than yourself. Love, fear, anger, excitement, disappointment, hate, success, and failure are what you find inside yourself. Those feelings are your interpretation of your emotions. Nobody can make you experience a feeling other than yourself. Sometimes you might say, "You made me feel sad or angry or loved or something," but while somebody else might provide the stimulus, you do all the rest to yourself. Your understanding and awareness are reflected in your feelings. Your feelings produce your moods, and your moods determine your frequency and your actions. Sharpen your awareness. Expand your light so you can see things clearly. Turn up the light of your consciousness. The world to us is simply a reflection of our mind. That reflection is like a mirror. If our mirror is distorted, like a playful mirror in a fairground, the world will look out of shape to us. If we look at ourselves continually through that distorted mirror, we will believe that we are that distorted shape. Our understanding and our prejudices shape our mirror, along with our upbringing, our early childhood, our education, religious and family traditions, daily environment and memories. We also judge the degree to which we believe we are acceptable and lovable, our opinion on our physical looks, level of intelligence, race, gender, and what we believe we are worthy of. The cause of misery in life is when the life we experience does not follow the ideal of how we think or believe it should be. Is your life in a mess? Are you anxious for any part of your future? Eric Berne, author of The Games People Play, says, "Most people don't want to get out of the mess they are in. They just want relief. It's like they are up to their nose in a cesspool. They don't want to have to work to get out of the pool. They just don't want anyone to make waves." What would you be willing to give up for happiness? Unhappiness comes from the attachments we have formed. A girl says to her boyfriend, "I don't want to be happy without you. I want to share my misery with you." You are the cause of your own unhappiness. You are blocking your happiness. When the eye is unobstructed, you have sight. When the ears are unobstructed, you have hearing. When the mind is unobstructed, you have truth. When the heart is unobstructed, you have joy, happiness, peace, and love. We want what society has taught us is essential for happiness. We want possessions. We want attachment to things. The root of sorrow is often found in our attachments. The ideas in our head are blocking our way forward. Attachments are also often the root of conflict, greed, loneliness, emptiness, and fears. If we believe that without that thing or person I cannot be happy, then we have attachments that can bring us fear and sorrow. If we do get that thing, then we are afraid that we might lose it. We should enjoy them, but not let our happiness depend on them. We must not tie our soul to them. So, let us remind ourselves of the two people that live inside us, our I and our me. When you say my, you express a possession. That is my hand, my face, my attitude, my opinion, my cup, etc. It's an expression of ownership. So, who owns those things? Your I owns them. Your I is your inner self. The soft, quiet voice inside your head that is emerging from your gut, continually assessing your life path, perhaps criticizing you but also encouraging you. Your I believes it knows the right answers, the things that are best for you, and the ideal way you should be living your life. It knows your built-in abilities and what you have the potential to express as the unique you. It is also very aware of your weaknesses, your inability to give yourself a command and follow through on it. It seems to have a knowing of who you could be, and perhaps should be. It feels that you are not reaching your true potential, and when it gets you on your own can give you an inspiring vision of the life you know deep down that you want to live. The me, or the other person inside you, is the face you show the world. There can be a lot of conflict in this part of you. Your need for acceptance is a strong force here. Your opinion on your capabilities, your past experiences and traumas, your failures, your fears, anxieties, self-image, self-worth, and self-confidence all have a voice at this table, and it can be loud and chaotic at times. The ideals that belong to your I become a judge in these discussions. It is saying, I know what I want, and I know I have what it takes to get it, but you guys that belong to my me are getting in my way. Your body pays a price when you are consciously not being authentic to yourself in order to please others. Do you enjoy praise for who you are or for what you do? What's the difference? When it's for what you do, it trains you to do more. When it's for who you are, it trains you to be more. You can shout at a plant in your garden, "Why aren't you growing?" But that won't help much. It needs a proper environment to grow. Love, nourishment, water, sun, etc. Are we any different? Who will give those things to you if not yourself? What does the world owe you? A peaceful, joyful life? No, that's what you owe you. What is bad luck? What is good luck? Are they simply perspective? Do we judge them on how we thought things would work out? Is our unhappiness a judgment we make based on things or people not being the way we thought they would be or should be? Learning a lesson, learning to understand the lesson, and learning to apply the lesson don't all happen at the same time. The space in between is a journey, and it's a journey we must undertake when everyone else is only focused on the thing that caused the lesson at the start. They often don't see the lesson, the learning, or the journey, so we will continue to be judged on the initial event. The process of learning lessons brings consequences into our lives. That is the price we pay for learning. Think of a boy running down the street screaming and shouting. He looks fearful and out of control. You think he might be crazy, until the wild dog that is chasing him turns the corner, and then you understand why the boy is acting the way he is. Many times we only see a person's reaction to an event that we cannot see, and we make a judgment on that person based only on their reaction and not the reason for it. A lot of essential and most powerful insights come about by difficult experiences, and sometimes you cannot learn them by any other means. That's your journey. Every lesson gives you a unique insight into some aspect of life. The power is in the stimulus, not the event. When a mason looks at a block of marble, he sees the statue inside it in his imagination. He focuses on what that looks like. Remember, the mason does not add anything to the marble to uncover what he sees inside it. It's what he chips off that's important. Who we are and who we can become is already in a state of potential, which is existing in possibility inside us and capable of development into actuality. The only way to know who we are is to chip away the pieces of the world that society and our inherited beliefs have built around us before we knew anything about it. We are complete, in potential form, on the inside. Our journey is to recognize and release it. To start the search for the real unique you, like the mason, you will need a clear image of who you are, your I, that is deep inside you. Develop a clear picture of who that is, what you believe, your abilities and talents, your passions, and what you can bring to the world. Chip off those pieces that don't belong to that picture, the sharp edges that hurt others, and the shell that you have put around yourself to protect you from the hurt that comes from the environments you live in. To be real is also to be vulnerable. Forgive yourself and others for past failures. Take the lessons from them and start believing in new possibilities. A key tool for that journey is unconditional positive regard for yourself, or what we will call self-compassion. As you chip away the pieces that no longer belong to you, you will uncover the real, beautiful, lovable, confident, peaceful, and joyful you. Is there a price we must pay for everything we learn? Yes. Whether that is in the time we put into our study and education, the time spent in building a career or business, the result of errors we make on our journey because of a lack of understanding, or choices we made for the wrong reasons. That price is not always paid up front. Sometimes we must pay it at the end, when we acknowledge if our choices were good or bad in relation to who we want to become. For example, a man puts his focus and time into his career or business at the expense of time with his family. His children grow up without really knowing him. When he retires, he realizes the cost of his decisions. He discovers that his children have no interest spending time with him because they don't have a relationship with him. They paid a price growing up because of his absence, and now he pays a price because they don't know him. On the other hand, maybe the man chooses not to get married or have a family because he wanted to grow his career, and he felt it would be unfair to have a wife and children. Again, there is a price to pay in that he has no family or partner in his older years. Every lesson, every decision, and every choice has a price that must be paid. Think carefully on this and know why you are paying it. We always know that we exist. We know the color of our skin, what we identify with, if we are male or female, our opinion of ourselves, our fears, our likes, our dislikes, our hopes, our successes, and our failures. However, do we really know the character of the I that has all those feelings? The masks we wear serve only one purpose: to hide our real selves and play the game of life as an actor, because we believe that we can sell the face we put on easier than our real face. The problem with that is that nobody ever gets to know us, and we never get to know ourselves either. Many people realize this later in life. It is then that they also realize that there is a price to pay for everything, and regret is the biggest price of all. We say we want to improve, to get better at this thing called life, but what part of us are we trying to improve, and what part of us is capable of driving those improvements? We can decide our what I am, our who I am, and our where I am. It may well be at odds with the life we are currently living. If it is, you have a choice to make and a price to pay. Everything you want in life has a price connected to it. There's a price to pay if you want to make things better, a price to pay just for leaving things as they are. Yes, there is a price to pay for everything. Harry Brown.